per viure aquesta jornada número 31 de la 32, volíem dir, de la segona federació d'aquest grup tercer entre el conjunt local, l'Olot i el Barça Atlètic. Dos equips que arriben a aquest partit per jugar per diferents objectius. Els garrotxins per intentar apamar o apropar-se a la salvació. I per part del Blaugrana, del filial del Barça, doncs per intentar apropar-se a la zona de play-off d'ascens. Un partit que viurem amb l'exdirector esportiu de l'Olot, el Sergi Raset. Sergi, què tal? Bona tarda.
Hola, bona tarda.
Avui, malgrat aquests objectius, veurem un duel igualat.
Sí, entenc que sí, no? Dos equips que, com bé has dit, tenen objectius totalment diferents, però que competeixen bé. Aleshores s'espera un partit igualat, amb un bon camp, una gespa que amb la pluja doncs, estarà ràpida, amb bona superfície, i esperem doncs, veure un molt bon partit de futbol.
Aquesta lliga, aquesta fase regular està a punt d'acabar. Com dèiem, és jornada 32, després d'aquesta en quedaran dues més i per tant l'Olot ha d'aconseguir o ha d'intentar aconseguir la salvació quan més aviat possible. Ens ho explica el company d'Olot Televisió, l'Aniol Puigvert. Aniol, bona tarda.
Bona tarda.
Aquí es respira el fet aquest d'aconseguir els punts necessaris abans d'acabar la Lliga.
Doncs sí, necessaris. Aquests 3 punts de la Unió Esportiva Olot, que si avui els aconseguís faria un pas de gegant també cap a aquesta permanència, i també per l'altra banda el Barça Atlètic, que vol apropar-se i per què no posar-se en situacions de play-off.
Doncs ens ha posat en actualitat l'Aniol Puigvert mentre veiem aquest sorteig de canvi d'aquí treu pilota. Anem a repassar els 11 inicials per part del tècnic de l'Olot, Roger Vidal. Disposa aquest 11. Pol Ballester a la porteria. Defensa de 4 amb Joel Aromí a la banda esquerra i per la dreta Sergi Martillo. Parella de centrals Amuri Ayala i Robert Costa. Doble pivot amb Martí Soler i Pau López. Més avançats per l'esquerra, Albert López, i per la dreta Pau Salvans. I la punta d'atac per dos davanters, com són Marc Mas i Rubén Henry. Per part del Barça Atlètic, entrenat per...
Hello everyone, and welcome to another match day, number 32, if I'm not wrong, as we have Barça Athletic facing Olot in another final, let's call that, as there's only 2 more games after this remaining to fight for those playoff promotion places. So here we have the kickoffs, and for the starting 11 we have Diego Cochin as starting goalkeeper, with Xavi Espart playing as the right back, with the center back partnership of Alexis Almedo and Alvaro Cortés, and Patricio Pacifico with number 5 playing as that left back. And of course in the midfield we have Brian Fariñas, Tommy Marquez and Tony Fernandez, with the forward line will consist of Aziz, Victor Barbera and Oscar Ureña. Of course, after beating Espanyol last weekend and Torrent, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, no, Pereiras, it was, Barcelona have 2 wins in a row now. So yeah, hopefully everyone is well today. Hello everyone, Music Flusher as well. Tommy's leaving to Sporting Club. I haven't seen anything concrete. Is it like any reliable sources that we're talking, or is that the Portuguese sources that we're talking about? Landry's on the bench. It's rumor, yeah, not official yet. Gustavo returned. Yes, Gustavo picked up that medical clearance for today's match day, but I don't saw him on the bench in terms of the squad. But he was called up, so maybe because of Delgado, maybe he was not included on the bench as well. So interesting choice by Belletti here. Maybe he doesn't want to rush him too soon. So yeah. This average player, well, he has been doing very well in the last few games, so he has been important, so that's good for him. Tunkara playing with under 19s. Yes, he played today with Juvenil A, picked up, won the penalty that gave Barcelona the lead against Cornellà, the new club that was bought, well, not the new club, but new ownership of Cornellà has been confirmed to be Lionel Messi. Of course, outstanding academy, I would say Catalonia, that well, say does not perform at a professional level, but has contributed, has generated enough revenue to stay alive in professional football, just from the academy, from the training fees that they receive from the players. As is Barca best B player now in attack. More respect, please. Yeah, hopefully he will continue to do his best, you know, as this stage is very important for us. Barbera should get a promotion. I think he's leaving to second division. At least that's what like more concrete and more reliable sources are talking about. Arsenal is going to win Premier League. Let's see. I think the Man City and Arsenal game is ongoing. I think it's 1-1 draw. It was when I checked last time. So let's see if something outstanding will happen here. Tony Fernandez with a great run to Victor Barbera, but it does not reach him there. Onstein played some minutes today. Yeah, he trained with the first team and then played a few minutes with under 19s. Of course, he has been away for a long time due to physical discomfort. Barbera will go to Granada free at the end of the season. Yeah, I remember it was like some second division team, so it's good for him. Or it was Almeria, I'm not remembering like properly now, but yeah. Of course, Terrassa FC lost today after a controversial goal that was scored last minute against them. So it gives an opportunity for Barcelona to extend the lead and actually enter the promotion playoffs, with Alcoyano also dropping some points with a draw. So if Barça Athletic beat Olot here, they will guarantee their spot in the promotion playoff for the match day, no matter what will happen with FC Roy's game. Of course, FC Roy's also won last weekend, last minute. Hello. Team or Kratos, is there in the squad? No, not yet. I think he's not fit still. So yeah. Patricio does well there to get away from the pressure. Xavi Espart with a great ball to Tony Fernandez. Tony Fernandez does well to control it as well. And it's a corner kick for Barcelona Athletic. Surprised that we have quite a lot of people today, despite Manchester City and Arsenal ongoing. But maybe it's a snooze fest at the moment. Let's see if it goes the bull. Yeah. Onstein trained with the first team today, coming from injury, yes. And then he played a few minutes for under 19s as well. Is there Barca women? Yes. There's a Barca B and also Barca C Femini. And also they have La Masia female teams as well. Varinias is crazy. Yeah, has been very good for Barça Athletic so far. Oh, it looks like San Andreo, the first team, is playing FC Rose, which is very good for us. Of course, San Andreo is very close to guaranteeing their promotion playoff spot. But they lost last game against Valencia, which gives Atletico Baleares more opportunities to still earn that automatic promotion, while they're still only 4 points behind. So very intense battle for the promotion in Segunda Federation, and will be interesting to see. Maybe a little of people here because the first team isn't playing this weekend. Yeah, maybe. Oscureña dispossessed. and Diego Cochin gets the ball there. Do you think we'll get 3 to 4 signings? I think it would be like 2 or 3. Maybe Cancelo can arrive on a free deal. Otherwise, I don't see him coming if it's not a free deal, or like 5 million, or like very cheap fee, you know. Maybe again, it seems like Barcelona is trying to get Bastoni, and then maybe a striker. Lewandowski leaves. It seems like Christensen also is a big question mark if he renews. So it will be interesting to see what will happen. But you have to remember that because of contract renewals, the salaries will increase for a few players. So it will remain to be seen what will happen in the summer. Pacifico Bowl and PL games, yeah. How fast is Patricio Pacifico? Is he faster than our other defenders in La Masia? I would say he's decently fast. Of course, I didn't see him like be top speed, you know, or faster than Alejandro Balde. But I would say he's decently fast enough. There was a new young Mali player to transfer, Seydou Dembele. Yeah, but at the moment it's not confirmed, and the source is decently reliable, but personally I would still wait for confirmation. But yeah, Barcelona has been following Seydou Dembele for a bit, but we have to wait and see. As of course, in such cases, sometimes agents are looking to get a better deal, so it's better to wait. What do you think, Eduardo Conscal from Palmeiras? For 50 million, I don't think it's a good signing, but of course he's a big talent. Of course, barely played for Palmeiras first team, so it's a bit of massive fee, I would say. Of course, a big talent, but I would say too early to spend 50 million on a player that has not proven anything at a professional level. So personally, I would spend like 3 to 5 million on Jesse Bisuvu and see what happens with him. You right back. Maybe if Kunde will leave, otherwise I don't see it happening. Is it Jesse Bisuvu possible? I think so. It's possible, but there's a lot of teams that are interested in him. So let's see what happens in the summer. If it's 30 plus 20 kind of deal, I will collect. Even that, it's a bit much. If he played like 10 games in Brazilian first league, then maybe. But he like, I think he has played only like at under 20 level. Ooh, great ball by Tommy Marquez to Aziz, and an offside call by the linesman. Interesting call there. Only practicing with first team squad, a bit possible. Maybe if we guarantee the league against Real Madrid, maybe it will be possible. But I highly doubt it. Why is Tony not with the first team? Because the first team is kind of stacked in that position, you know. Dani Olmo is fit, Fermin Lopez is fit, and Tlamini is fit. So this like the positions that Tony occupies, and those positions kind of leaves no room for Tony, I would say. Unless he would play as a left winger or as a striker, and again we have Ferran Torres and Lewandowski at the moment as striker options. And physically, Tony Fernandez to play as a striker is not there. Tony Fernandez on the ball. Do you think Ferran will leave? He was until 2027. Either renew or sell him. I want him to stay. I think he will renew, but we have to see. Well, here we have the possession numbers as Barça Atletic, 83% of possession in just 11 minutes so far, and another corner for Barça Atletic. Did Aziz and Noreña switch sides? They usually Aziz plays on the right and Noreña on the left. Yes, indeed, it seems like it. That Brazilian kid is crazy, honestly. Would be massive if Deco moves for him. Yeah, it would be a great signing, but it's all about the fee, considering the amount we have to spend or allowed to, you know, it's big question mark. Vaikund and Balde is underperforming. It's like they're clueless sometimes in game. Yeah, it's ooh, that's a penalty call. Yes, it's a penalty call for Barça Athletic as Alexis Almedo wins it. And this is a great chance for Barça Athletic to get the lead. So yeah. Regarding Kunda and Balde, you know, it's difficult as we had seen Pau Barça also underperforming in some games, you know, so it's a tough system for defenders, so no surprises there, but if the forwards and the midfielders press, there's like usually everything is good. Why Barcelona not going for Andreas Schlaudrup? He perfect for Barcelona. I don't see him as perfect fit, but a good talent. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like Brian Fariñas will take that penalty. Watching City versus Arsenal so boring. I have to come watch my team. Hopefully my mood gets better now. Hopefully, maybe that's why we got the penalty, because you arrived daily dose. Brian Fariñas will take it as we hear some whistles in the stadium. Brian Fariñas takes it and he scores and gives Barça Athletic the lead just 14 minutes into the game. As always, guys, just give me a second as I will post the goal here on social medias.
Olot 0, gol de Brian Fariñas, Barça, Atlètic 1.
Molt ben executat, ha anat aguantant i ha xutat el pas contrari de que s'han tirat gol, per tant, aquest punt de calma molt ben executat.
Com han reaccionat les banquetes, Daniel?
Doncs la banqueta de l'Olot, primer amb el penal, no s'han queixat pràcticament, ha estat més el tema de resignació, perquè sí que durant la setmana han treballat molt la pilota parada, i per part del Barça, quan ha marcat òbviament el penal, doncs molta celebració aquí a la banqueta del Barça. Un Olot en el qual també li solen pitar últimament bastants penals en contra. Recordem el camp de l'Atlètic Balears, el camp del Castelló B, ara aquest aquí a casa contra el Barça Atlètic, per tant, que en aquest sentit la Unió Esportiva Olot tampoc té massa sort, però ja et dic, molt celebrat el gol per part de la banqueta del Barça Atlètic.
What is happening with Espanyol Academy players? Paul Sabadi or something heard he's coming to Barcelona. Is it true? They're working on it. Of course, some transfers that are rumored are not officially done, but most of them will be done. But yeah, as you know, usually that happens, that Barcelona picks up quite a few players from Espanyol Academy, and then Espanyol goes on and picks up from talented players from Girona or Cornellà and Siavdam, you know. So this kind of starts a domino effect in Catalonia. Of course, Real Madrid is also looking at a lot of Catalonian players in academies like Espanyol and Siavdam. So this is quite common practice here. I see better potential in Jesse than Conceição. We'll see how things turn out. According to the rules, it's a red card. Alvaro, it would be a harsh, but yeah. Jonas, thank you for always streaming, Arsen. No problem. Hopefully you're enjoying my commentary as well. Sometimes I just cannot speak properly, you know. Do you see Orion Goren playing with Barça Athletic next season? Maybe. As you know, he has taken a massive leap in terms of playing for under-19s straight from Cadet A. Of course, he's played a few minutes with under-18s last season. But yeah, everything is possible, I would say. Benfica players with cost-free kidneys, no need to even consider him. Yeah, Andreas Schlaudrup, yeah. Tommy Marquez on the ball. Penny has been watching Rams, that is Lewandowski-esque penalty, yeah. And Aziz wins a not a penalty, a corner kick once again. I think this like 4th or 5th corner for Barça Athletic. Dani Avella or something from Espanyol Academy. Oh, Hani, we're after same as Madrid. Any news? Nothing on him. We'll see. You can compare any winger with him. He'll be on top. Yeah, Nusa I would say is more talented, definitely. But Schlaudrup is also, I would say, doing very well for himself. Well, there we have the visual confirmation that it was third Barça Athletic corner. So yeah. Who scored the goal? It was Brian Fariñas, scored from a penalty. Any academy renewal news like Garces, Serba, Pedro Rodriguez? We'll hear more. As I said last stream, that a few renewals have been done, closed, while several of you still negotiating. But yeah, we should be hearing a few more official announcements regarding the renewals in a bit. But at the moment, I'm not allowed to speak about it. I wonder why Delgado isn't starting. I think it was because Victor Barbera did very well in the few last games, so I think he was preferred over Delgado. Ooh, great chance for Barcelona here, and it's wide from Toni Fernandez. That was a great chance for Barcelona after link-up play by Victor Barbera as well. Do you think Eric Garcia foul was a red card? I don't think so. I don't think Eric Garcia nor Pau Cubarsí was like a red card worthy, more like a yellow, you know. We have seen such calls, but yeah, it was very, very soft. Of course, it's last man, but it's crazy what they call it, you know. They look for a slight touch, even though those touches came from the opposition, from Atletico Madrid players and not from the defenders ourselves, you know. Pacifico should get his first team debut this season if playoffs and the league get secured. Want to see him challenged a bit more. Seems to be absolutely chilling here. I don't think he will make his debut with the first team, as promotion playoffs is like playoffs will be secured if, you know, but they will have quite a few games to be played, which could last up to until end of May, and in La Liga we might not have any games to be played, so yeah. They want Barca out of UCL, yeah. Both fullback are not better than Jordi Alba. Yeah. Yo, Arsene, is it true that we're signing Dembele? We're interested in him, not Ousmane, but different than Dembele. So yeah, we're interested in him for a long time. I have not heard a concrete confirmation from my source, but let's see how things turn out for him. What is with Hamza? Is he struggling a bit? He has picked up an injury for a bit, but he played today for under-19s. Cortez and Pacific are too good for this league. Yeah, definitely, you know. Oh yeah, what a miss from Tony. Andres Koenko, what is going on with him? He was injured. Ooh, great chance from Olot, but great save by Diego Cochin as well. Yeah, Cuenca was injured, but he played today, his first minutes, I think, after his return. So yeah. Why is this play here not on top? What do you mean? You mean first team? I don't think he's ready for the first team, if you're talking about that. If Rev was good, I think we would have been in UCF final. Yeah, that happens. Ooh, Olot with a great chance as well. Looks like Olot has been getting with every minute like better. So it makes a good game for us to watch. Maybe it will be more entertaining than Manchester City against Arsenal. I really hope we sign Hamza. Unfortunately, he has been struggling with injuries and really haven't been able to see him play at all yet. We'll see, maybe they will renew his loan if we get promoted to third division, and he might play in third division next season if his loan will be confirmed. Ooh, that's a foul on Patricio Pacifico, and the ref calls it as well. Hello, Arsen. What is Pedro Rodriguez' injury? Actually, do you know when he's coming back? No, I haven't checked on him, but maybe he will be back for the season. If not, we'll see him next season. Aziz usually plays on the right side and Mourinho on the left today. They switch right. Yes, it seems like it. They will buy all the players from Jenny, all the very talented kids. Yeah. From Dani, no winger now, B team stand out. I miss him, man. Yeah, Saman Namoko has been doing very well in the opening games, but of course he picked up that ACL injury, which will keep him out until October of this year. Playoffs are 4 games in total. If you win the semi-final, then you play a final basically. I think I already forgot, to be honest. It has been in a while, and it seems like every year they change it. Ooh, great chance for Olot, but the header goes wide. If Dembele doesn't renew his contract with PSG, would you take him back to Barca? I don't think so. I think his time has passed, and dealing with his agent is a nightmare, you know. Is Brahim Diarra on the bench? No, he's not. Hopefully Ruiz lose today. Their remaining games are pretty hard too, and our games are relatively easily. We should qualify for playoffs. Yeah, hopefully. But of course, things on the paper is not as easy in real life, you know. And that's what football is about. Of course, Ruiz is playing Alcoyano next, after playing San Andreu, who are leading the league. So this will be also a very important game for both of them, as Alcoyano are 4th and Troyes are 5th. First and more if you go to extra round, lol, yeah. Coming back in October. Our fullbacks don't provide quality crosses other than Cancelo, and off-the-ball moments are also bad in the season from fullbacks. Yeah, I think the defenders have been struggling a bit. Of course, we don't see it in the goals conceded because of Juan Garcia, who has been very important in La Liga. I have a feeling that our summer window is going to be very good. Hopefully, you know, hopefully, but you never know with with Barcelona sometimes. Good day, Patricio Pacifico Dominguez. Is he playing now? Yes, he is. Yeah, he's playing. He's playing as the left back with number 5 shirt. Olot with a great chance, but some miscommunication there and poor ball control. Patricio on the run here. Hello, just started watching. Thoughts on your Cornea purchase? We'll see if... Ooh, that was good control there by Victor Barbera, but he does not manage to do anything else there. Yeah, with Cornea it will be interesting to see what Messi will actually do. If he will actually invest in it somehow, or because you never know. Sometimes it's not as easy as you just buy it and pump some money, and that's how you get going, you know. Are there any chances the team promote to the 3rd division? There's always chances. What happened to Hamza Abdelkarim? He's with under 19s. He was injured for a bit, but he played today a few minutes. Cortés is so insanely good, man. Barcelona cannot let the talent at his stature slip. I think we'll loan him out. I think that's the plan for Barcelona, but we will see. Do you know if Barca are following Jeremy Mongo from Leicester City? He's an pedal and really special winger, similar to young Ousmane Dembele. With Leicester situation, we should sign him. Maybe, but I'm not sure we will do that. But maybe Deco will pull a surprise there. Ooh. And a yellow card for Alexis Olmedo there. Of course, a bit stupid by Alexis, as Alvaro Cortés was there. I will sell Kunde. We need better right backs. Yeah, could be on the line here. Arsen, between Barça, Atletic, Andorra, and Cornellà, who would make it to the Primera first? Also, do you think that those teams would make it before get to UCL final? I don't think so. I think Andorra, and because Barça Athletic is not possible to go to first league, to La Liga, because you cannot have two same teams playing in the same division, which was actually, fun fact, it was in 2014 when Barcelona B at the time was placed as second in the second division and were up for automatic promotion, but because the first team are already in La Liga, they were not promoted. So yeah. Cortez is so smart on the ball and off the ball, but I feel like he isn't in the first team plans, which is extremely disappointing for me. Yeah, but you know, maybe a good loan and then 50% of his rights to be kept would be a good deal for us, you know. And if he does well somewhere else, similarly what Real Madrid has been doing with Nico Paz, maybe something in the future can happen. How Tommy and Spart playing have been good. I would say Tommy has been better in a few moments. And Mbaya from PSG I think will be solid. He's good. Yeah, seems like it. At least that's what everyone is talking about. Did the Benfica right back that were linked sign the contract? Yes, he did. Yeah, Barcelona. It has been going both ways in this game so far. Who is the most underrated player in La Masia? I would say Antonio Amaya. I would say he has been very underrated. Of course, in the team filled with David Moreno, for the Diallo, you know, not a lot of people talk about him, but he made a lot of progress, and I would say he would be among the top talents for me in the team. What do you think about Palestre? I haven't seen him, so cannot comment on him. But you know, Serie A players have been struggling, especially Italian ones. But Bastoni is different, I would say. But yeah. You think we have little chance to get the Oman ahead of PSG? Forget about that, everyone. You can dream about it, but it's not gonna happen. You know, the Oman is 100 million player. Leipzig is good at selling, and we're not gonna spend and fight in a bidding war. You know. We should look for a player who can press for 90 minutes, flex system needs it, whatever the position is. Leao is a lazy player. Then Julian Alvarez is your player then. Is Juventus good? Can he get minutes next season? For the first team, maybe, but you know, it's too early. He barely played for under 19s. I think he made his debut and then only today played a few more minutes as he has been struggling with physical discomfort. So yeah. Knowing Barcelona, we will let Alvaro Cortez leave for free with a 20% selling clause to somewhere like Como. Yeah, maybe. And then he will leave for free to another club at some point in his career. Yeah, that happens. Like Miko Marmol and Oscar Dominguez will leave their clubs while we have 50% of the rights. And they were leaving for free. So we're not getting anything from them. Walton or Duro in for Medo and put Pacific on center back with Cortez 2.5. Second half, yeah. No, nothing about Pedro Rodriguez at the moment. Maya is a new Bellingham. Ooh, what happened there? As the camera was not there. Did Aziz give a penalty there? But seems like the referee is not interested in that. Yeah, Antonio Maya is class, very great prospect for me, second best of that generation, yeah. Well, could be. Aziz playing a rough game there. Cortez and Pacifico are left-footed, both wouldn't be an optimal pairing, yeah, definitely. Campos should substitute Olmedo in the second half since he has a yellow card. Yeah, I think that will be on the table here. Arsen, how much do you know about the Espanyol 50-year-old we're signing? I haven't seen Espanyol. Maybe, you know, when we're playing them, maybe a could have caught a glimpse of him, but you know, I'm not paying attention to Espanyol players, but usually I'm paying attention to Barcelona players. So yeah. Olot pushing for the equalizer now. Which defender is going to take red card in Champions League? I think Barça or Barcelona. I think Bastoni. Maybe. Well, like we're picking up the Infinity Gauntlet, you know? Like we had Araujo with a red card, Kubarsi with a red card, Eric Garcia with a red card. So yeah. So yeah. Then maybe Bastoni as the other centre back who will be remaining. Who will you pick as left winger, Munoz or Vigille? Ooh, Diego Cochin does well there to get ahead of Olot player. Yeah, Olot has been pushing quite dangerously in the last few minutes, or like 10 minutes. But yeah. Regarding Munoz or Vigile, I'm not sure. I think they still played only like their first season at La Liga. Now people were talking about last season who were doing fantastically in La Liga, like young options, you know, and they disappeared. Ooh, Olot with a chance here, and Olot miss an open goal there. What a chance for Olot to equalize. Of course, that could have been on an offside. I would say it was very close to being an offside. Of course, this angle is not good, but yeah, not offside, it seems like it. I think we'll see Pacifico in the first team sooner rather than later. We'll see, of course. The permanent deal will have to happen first. Is Sergi Dominguez cooking? I saw a FIFA Team of the Season card. Yeah, it seems like he was doing fantastic. Of course, his last game was poor, as I think he gave out a penalty in the last game for Dinamo Zagreb. But yeah. Aziz and Noreni need to change spots. Yeah, have been not the best here. Especially Aziz here. Prematurely dispossessed, and Olot are pushing. How is that Eduardo guy? Do you know anything about him? No. I know about him, like what qualities he has, you know, but if it's actually gonna happen, I'm not sure. Barça already ready to take 4 red cards in Champions League. More than Araujo, yeah. Easy miss, a miss, I take it, yeah. Yeah, Barcelona needs a pure right back, no real right backs in Barcelona B and first team. We have some upcoming right back talents, you know, like Chukla, Alan Guerra that I really like. Who else? We have Ikran Sang, who has improved quite a lot. So yeah, Neil Texador is a natural right back, but of course a bit underrated, I would say. But I would say needs a bit of work. Kobashi is an 18-year-old player. We are talking about that red card as he is 26. The kid is still at learning stage. Criticizing is not good. I don't think it's even a red card. It's a harsh one. Also on Eric Garcia, because Julian Alvarez did not have the ball under the control. You know, so we have seen that it was a yellow for in some other match that I saw. I forgot about it, but yeah, this like the way you interpreted the rules is different compared to, you know, VR, the refs, you know, they interpret the rules differently. So that's one referee could see as a red. In other games in La Liga we could see it as a yellow, you know. We have seen it both ways. Pacifico and Joffrey Torrens will be interesting fight for starting left back position, yeah. Olot with their first corner there. Oh, and that's another chance for Olot. But it's once again wide. There have been missing quite a lot of chances. Lucas Bernal is a left back. Tell me any left wing academy graduate who has potential to break into the first team. We really need that 1v1 threat. Academy graduate, none. Like I haven't seen any like decent left wingers with dribbling ability, 1v1s abilities, and that could be with great finishing abilities. The first one that comes to mind, Ruslan Mba, but I would say he's still very far away from it. Really hope Chukla stays injury-free, is the first team prospect. Yeah, definitely, A lot of true Barca fans. Yeah. Yeah, it started to rain heavily now. Rachu is perfect for Barcelona right back. He's so cheap and his salary is so low. Maybe. I think I saw some rumors about Rachu, but I'm not sure they were concrete. We'll see, because for the right back position we will need to sell Kunde first for anything to happen. Oh yeah, that's a heavy rain at the moment. Yeah, John Martin has been fantastic, of course. He also part of under 17 team together with Lamine and Pau Cubarsí that were in Euro under 17s. I remember that partnership of John Martin and Pau Cubarsí was fantastic. Why doesn't Juan Hernandez play anymore? I think because Belletti wants to have one number 10 and Tony Fernandez is the chosen one. And I think he preferred more of a natural winger in Oscar Ureña, so I think that's why he's not playing as a left winger. Yeah, Ureña has been struggling quite a bit, but he's still our top scorer. That's how mad it is, So yeah. Name the players who will leave Barca B this season. It will depend on who will stay, of course. Or what I mean on what division we're playing, so it will be regarding that. I think looking at it, like some older players like Emilio Bernard most likely will leave. Maybe some loanees for the goalkeepers. We have a lot of goalkeepers coming up as well. Alvaro Cortés, I would say he's definitely not going to be staying at Barça Athletic. Then maybe Jofre Torrens will be looked for loan or the permanent first team spot, depending if Cancelo will stay or not. I think David Oduro will be picked up for a loan. Alexander Volton, I think also. So I think most of the core team that is like on the older stage will be moved away from the club, either on loan or on permanent deal of some sort. So yeah, I think next season we'll see another team entirely as well. Is he better than Kunde every way you compare? They're a bit different profiles, so it's different to compare them, Scoreña outbeaten then. When will Ibrahim Diarra come back? I think he will be back end of April. Well, it's already kinda end of April. But yeah, he is already training with the team. Ooh, that should be not a foul there. So yeah, with Ibrahim Diarra, he's already training with the team. All the remaining is to get fit and get medical clearance for him to be ready to come back and play some minutes. With Simon Moka, it's more difficult, as of course he picked up an ACL injury, and he will be back in around October, November, depends on how his recovery will go. It's the cold rain in Stoke City. Yeah, this is what I expect from Stoke, You sound so chill, man, despite of that trash show versus Atletico. I was so pissed. Yeah, after seeing Liverpool, Bayern debacle, Roma, nothing gets me angry anymore, so it's part of the football, it's this what makes football great, is the unpredictability of it. So yeah, you just have to understand that you're not gonna win always, no matter what you do. City missing much goals versus Arsenal. Is it still 1-1 in that game between Manchester City and Arsenal? Alex Olmedo there, yeah. It's very difficult conditions to be playing here in such rain. Of course, this is Girona region, if I'm not mistaken. This is where Olot club
fet.
is located.
Bueno, en Pau parteix de fora per anar cap a dins, si és capaç de rebre aquí entre línies, també és capaç
I have to check.
de generar perill, no? Perquè té un molt bon contra 1, té última passada i això és el que està intentant últimament.
It's an Olot, but I think Olot is like kinda near Girona. Yeah, it's in kinda near Girona, and it's a Catalonian team as well. Yeah, but it's closer to France than to Barcelona though. So yeah. Yeah, if the result stands here with 1-0, Barcelona will go up to the 4th position, just 1 point above Reus and on the same points as Alcoyano. Victor Barbera with a poor pass there to Oscorenia. It seems like Oscorenia have switched places with Aziz. Tommy Marquez on the ball, looking for options.
Buscant la individual, treu la centrada, pica en un jugador de l'Olot, compta que pot ser viva encara per al Barça Atlètic i qui la recull és Pau Salvans, que intenta sortir en conducció, rep la falta i serà pilota per l'Olot amb falta.
Our first team needs so many players, this present team is average. Yeah, like quality bench players, you need to have those, you know? And it's understandable. You need to have those quality rotational players as well. That ref is crazy. Have you heard about Seydou guy? Who is he? Yeah, he's Mali international for under 17s. Has been very good for them. I think he's like a goal scoring midfielder, if I'm not mistaken, as he has been scoring quite a few goals for them. But I think Chelsea were going for him as well.
En aquest tram final de primera part i per tant doncs ara el Barça Atlètic vol ser una miqueta més conservador i tenir més pilot, no?
A punt d'arribar al minut 45 de la
Yeah, 6 goals in 14 games for Mali's under 17s. So that's quite a good result there. And of course, 6 goals and 7 assists in 14 games for Mali under 17s, which is very good result. Olot with a counter attack here. Patricio Pacifico on the defense. That could have been dangerous, but Patricio has done decently well enough. Of course, Barça needs to be better there. Ooh, another chance for Olot. Meanwhile, Barcelona Athletic, after great opening 10 minutes, have been not so great. It depends on Lamine Yamal for everything, yeah. Yeah, we have dependence now, while it was Messi dependence before. Reus halftime draw. Good, good, good. Hopefully San Andrea actually beat them. That's what I'm looking for, actually, more. Do you think Mambush could replace Lewandowski? I think he's more of a Julian Alvarez type of player, you know, maybe behind a striker would be his best position. But maybe. Barbetti sleeping today. Joaquim in ICP. Well, here we have halftime whistle, as it's no 1 for Barça Athletic against Olot. Of course, it's heavily raining here at Olot, Barcelona, not Barcelona. But yeah. Let's see if we have any more questions. Seems like no. So we'll take a small break for the halftime, and we'll be back for the second half, as Barça Athletic will be hoping to finish the game with a win here today.
que estem vivint amb l'exdirector esportiu del conjunt garrotxí, el Sergi Raset, i que parlàvem ara durant el descans, Sergi, que el Barça, sí, primer quart d'hora molt bé, però a partir d'aquí ha baixat molt.
Sí, clarament. Ha entrat millor en el partit que no a l'Olot, aquests primers 15 minuts, amb el gol aconseguit per penal, i llavors aquella jugada claríssima de Toni Fernández, però a partir d'aquí, doncs, a poc l'Olot ha anat confiant en ell mateix, ha anat creixent, ha tingut la pilota, sobretot atacant per fora, amb els laterals, i han tingut ocasions bastant clares per poder aconseguir un empat, no?
Al costat de les banquetes, vivint el partit, el company d'Olot Televisió, Aniol Puigverd.
Què tal, com esteu?
Esperem que no et facin fora, tu tampoc.
No, ara estava mirant, ja sabeu que hi ha molta expectació quan ve el Barça, i per tant estava mirant aquí els nens demanant autògrafs a molts jugadors, i per tant està a punt també de fer-me fora a mi també, d'aquesta zona.
Clar, és que aquí al filial del Barça hi ha jugadors que han debutat amb el primer equip ja.
Exacte.
Sí. Jugadors molt interessants, que bé, sí que és veritat que han començat molt bé, però aquesta segona part, al final de la primera part, han estat més apagats.
I de moment, Aniol, sense canvis,
Doncs sí, de moment sembla que sense canvis. Ara sí que ja surt el sol, per tant, veurem el camp ben regat, ben maco, i per veure una segona part en el qual de moment comencen els mateixos 11 jugadors.
Welcome back, everyone, as we're about to kick off the second half in this game against between Olot and Barça Atletic.
Senyala els àrbitres i cap endavant, vinga, segona part, 0-1, guanya el Barça Atlètic.
It's still raining in Olot, but at least we're getting some sun here.
El Sergi Jo, que és un penal clar, el que ha comès Joel Arumí a la primera part, precisament.
Olot with the first attack of the half.
Guanyar línia de fons, reclama que l'han agafat a la samarreta, l'àrbitre diu que no és prou suficient com per xiular falta, per tant, pilota pel Barça Atlètic. L'àrbitre, o la tripleta arbitral del Col·legi Valencià, Javier Villescusa Alarcón, acompanyat a les bandes per Iván Vidal i Pablo González. Juga ja el Barça, de primeres,
Brian Fariñas to Toni Fernández, still Toni Fernández to Victor Barbera, and he is offside. But a good chance by Barcelona Athletic here, as it was set up by Toni Fernández. Unfortunately, Victor Barbera was offside there. Why doesn't Singh get called up for training, for example, not Brima? Not sure, maybe it's too early for Brima. Maybe that's how they see it, you know.
Al costat de les banquetes es comença a haver-hi moviments, 5 jugadors per part del Barça Atlètic que ja escalfen, 4 per part de la Unió Esportiva Olot que també comencen a...
But I think this was Onstein's first call-up to first team training this season.
El conjunt blaugrana quan va arribar a la categoria cadet. I agafant aquests automatismes. La disputa Rubén Henry, però finalment qui envia la pilota fora és Alexis Olmedo. Per cert, un dels jugadors amb targeta. Aniol.
Sí, un dels jugadors amb targeta, de moment és...
Alvaro Cortés with a great interception then.
La Unió Esportiva Olot és Joel Arumí qui ha rebut la targeta, per tant són els dos jugadors que de moment tenen aquesta targeta.
It seems like Oscar Ureña and Aziz have swapped wings once again.
Partits amb el Futbol Club Barcelona, una cinquantena de partits.
Toni Fernández to Tommy Marquez. Aziz on the ball now. Aziz with a cross, and he does not find anyone there. And Brima is playing for Jovenel A again. Any idea why? Because he needs some minutes, and while traveling with Barça Athletic was good. Minutes with under 19s are still very good, you know. You still have to remember that he's only 15, and playing at this stage is very important.
El Barça Atlètic entraria en zona de playoff.
Seems like where Barça Athletic players are warming up with Guille Fernandez, Landry Fare, Joaquín Delgado. We'll see who will be Beletti's first subs in the second half.
En cas de que el resultat fos aquest, doncs no aconseguiria aquesta victòria que l'allunyaria, no?, dels llocs de descens.
Tommy Marquez wins the ball there, but his pass to Tony does not reach him. Ooh, a foul on Tommy, but plays on, says the referee, as he gives the advantage. Aziz on the ball. He finds Oscar Reño on the other wing. And news on, I think you mean Ibrahim Diarra there, right? He trained with the team now, but he still needs a few more training sessions and to be medically discharged before he will be traveling with the team. But he's like in the final stage of his recovery now. Oscar Reño dispossessed there.
El Barça Atlètic. Rubén Henry que rellisca i en qualsevol cas el que ha forçat és un servei de banda. Veiem els jugadors de l'Olot també escalfant-se.
We're also about to see some subs from Olot here as well.
Juga l'Olot. Martí Soler. Arribant com pot per desplaçar la pilota per Robert Costa. Compte que la juga Albert López. Intentant arribar a la frontal de l'àrea.
Xavi Espart on the defensive side, and good interception there by Xavi Espart. So he is expected to feature next year and in training period with the first team in the summer, most likely, you know, as a lot of players will be at the World Cup during the summer preparation period. So I think Ibrahim Diarra could be with the team there. Of course, everything can change once everyone is back from the World Cup. So yeah, we'll see. Olot with a corner, which is their second of the game. What crown did you reside? I'm from Lithuania. If you know where it is, it's next to Poland, the homeland of Chesney and Lewandowski. So yeah, we're the northern neighbors of Poland. So yeah.
D'un córner a favor de l'Olot, un contraatac perillós del Barça B.
And fourth corner of the day for Barça Athletic. Let's see if they're able to get something here, as they have been surprisingly very good in there, especially scoring quite a few goals. Alvaro Cortés, Alexis Olmedo, I think all have scored headers from the corners or from set pieces this season. Oscar Reño takes a shot and it's out for a throw-in. News on Dani Rodriguez. I think he might not be back this season unless Barcelona gets those promotion playoff spots. Maybe he would be back for like last few games of the season. How specific is he first team material? I would say he's definitely up there. Could be, you know, potential wise. But we'll see how things turn out for him in the future, as Barcelona have that buy option, which they will need to trigger, which will turn into mandatory buy option if you place 10 games for Barça Athletic. He has been doing so far good so far, I would say. Can you name 3 players who will be in the first team next season? It's difficult, you know, because it always depends on what players you need. Of course, you have Xavi Espart, who is liked by Hansi Flick. Then you have Tommy Marquez. Of course, those are the players who are already in the first team dynamics, and if they will not leave, then I would say they will be definitely promoted to the first team in a more permanent dynamic, I would say. And last one, if Alvaro Cortés could be an option, but I see difficult. Maybe a loan deal for him would be the most likely scenario. If Patricio Pacifico will be bought eventually, maybe he would be the one to be promoted, you know. while Urania plays always, there's not a lot of other options available to Belletti, and of course he has been very good for Barça Athletic as he is the leading top scorer for the team. Orengoren is not playing because he's from Israel. No, I don't think so. Definitely not that. What position would Ebrima play in the first team if he get promoted? If under Hansi Flick, I would say as a 10 or as a backup options to Lamine as a right winger. I think that would be the most likely scenario. What's your opinion on Gio recently? I think he most likely will leave. All known, yeah, he stagnated a bit, of course. Ooh, great ball by Olot, but poor control and offside goal by the ref. Gio kind of stagnated. Of course, he relied a lot on his physicality, physical ability, and he was not able to transition that into professional football, you know, as the physicality kind of leveled on the same level when he made the jump to Barça Athletic. But has got some good moments in League Cup with players, of course. Whenever Tony and Gia play together, they look much better. Do you think Tony has the talent for the first team? Definitely, you know, talent-wise, I would say so. But does he suit the first team is another question, or if he will reach the first team is also another question, you know, so it's a big question mark. Lucas Bernal opinion on him, very good left back talent. I would say definitely first team material talent. So yeah, I would say he's good at everything, attacking wise, very solid, good crossing, good defensive abilities as well. Very interesting left back prospect. Ooh, something's going on there. Juan Hernandez needs to play more, yeah, definitely. I think we'll see him in the second half. I think he will bring some spark that is very needed in this team at the moment. And Landry, I think Landry was also warming up, so maybe we'll see. Lucas similar to, I still haven't found like a best comparison to him, but I think he's like, what is the brother? Let me check the name of the player that I'm thinking of. Lucas Hernandez, I would say the closest would be profile-wise. I think that's what the initial thought that I had for him. Is it just me, or why doesn't Hansi promote some Lamasia players for the end of the season? Because this is very important, you know, part of the season, as it's the crucial part where you win the titles or not. You know, so maybe if we win the league early, maybe we could see some more debuts in the first team. But ooh, that's a harsh tackle there by a lot player. But yeah, there are many talented injured. Yeah, you know, Samano Moko, Dani Rodriguez, a lot of talented players have been injured this season. Joffrey Torrens also picked up quite a few injuries. If Joffrey returns late, I would say he might be out for the rest of the season. So yeah, but we'll see. Maybe he will back for the last few games. Like promotion playoffs, I mean. Do you think we have a chance to be promoted? Is it very important for us to go up in order to keep some players? There is chances that we'll be promoted to first division, but personally I don't see it as a massive necessity, you know, because in fourth division you're able to keep trusting the La Masia players to go up, you know. While if we get promoted, great chance for Barça Athletic here, and it's over the bar by Victor Barbara. Another chance here and another missed opportunity to double the lead. Should have been doing better there, at least getting it on target. So regarding it, I would say if you get promoted to like third division, second division, the the club will invest the money into players, what we have seen, and usually those players are not very good. We're signing like 22, 23, 24-year-olds that are basically have played their entire careers in second, third division, and it's like, what's the point of them? So yeah, and personally I would rather give the players, like La Masia players, opportunities in this division, let them grow against like already established players at the semi-pro level. So in my opinion, that would be the better decision. I thought Nuno Mendes also good option, I would say. Good comparison. But I would say Nuno Mendes is more technical than Lucas Profile a bit. But yeah, also good shot. In my opinion, Hansi Flick will not going to win Championship League because of his playing style. He don't have players for his style of play. What? Are we talking about English Championship? I'm not sure what do you mean there. Do you mean UCL? Looks like we have the first subs as Joaquim Delgado will replace Victor Barbara 60 minutes into this game. Ibrahim Garcia, what did I think of it? Ibrahim Diarra, you mean? He's a cam right winger type of player, Aldonis. Flick will show kamikaze football and he's going to leave. Yeah, but that's what Barcelona have been enjoying, the kamikaze football, scoring goals. If you look at the other side, like Hansi, not Hansi, the Xavi way, the defensive side, we won the league. Of course, in Europe it was much worse, but people were complaining that, oh, we were winning 1-0, 1-0 constantly, and when you get more entertainment in Hansi, you're complaining as well. So you cannot reach the middle ground. Of course, it's most likely because Barcelona wants that UCL, but again, I think Barcelona fans are not understanding how much winning La Liga is important, and how it's difficult to do. You have to be consistent throughout 38 games, and not all teams are capable of doing that. While teams like Real Madrid are able to prioritize a single cup tournament, winning UCLs, but then look at them, they have never won a treble. So would you prefer winning a treble but fighting for all the titles, or just great work by Patricio Pacifico, I think. Tony Fernandez on the ball. Personally, I would prefer going for like sextuples, trebles. I think that's what made us different club, Going for all of it rather than prioritizing something, one tournament. We'll take Colmo's spot in 2 seasons. Yeah, maybe. Bro, thank you for always bringing this. My pleasure. I cannot talk anymore now. Just been struggling to put words into my mouth. Where has Juventus Leonstein been recently? I haven't heard much of him. He was injured for a bit as he was struggling with some physical problems. Tony Fernandez, and his shot is blocked. And this gives a lot of chance here for a counter. But of course not a lot of players are available for the counter here. But Patricio Pacifico does well there to defend. Shane Clover top tier talent or just a good player? I would say good player. Hello Arsen, how are you today? Oren Goren is passion, right? No, he's Israeli. I'm good, by the way. Hopefully you are as well. I meant to say Champions League. Okay, fair enough. The game is broken, a lot of comebacks from both sides. Yeah. Are we talking about Manchester City or Arsenal game here, or we're still talking about Barça Atletic? I'm wondering how the things are going. Oh, looks like Manchester City are winning 2-1 against Arsenal with 2 minutes remaining on the clock here, interestingly enough. Let's see. City is winning. Yeah, just 2 more minutes for Arsenal to score a corner or something like that, you know. Madrid gonna win Champions League. Barcelona players gonna say next season, while Madrid is not winning Champions League. I think PSG are gonna win it, or Bayern, one of them. Specifico been very good. Tony should pass the ball more often and not be too selfish. Yeah, he has been good. He had a few great moments and created a few chances, but yeah, sometimes he got dispossessed. Ooh, that's a dangerous one. No, and the referee says no, no foul. That would have been a red card for Barcelona if it was UCL. Yeah, that is a controversial call, but we'll take it in the stage, as we have been dropped quite a few games as well in 4th division. And of course, remember guys, these are the same referees who will be, great chance for Barcelona there, who will be refereeing in La Liga in 4 years, so be prepared. Embrima is not on the bench. I'm a little confused why players like Tony Gia draw get the chances, but a tier talent like Embrima don't. Embrima is still 15, you know, so it's a bit early for them. So draw is like 17 when he got his opportunity. Tony Gia similar as well, like 16, 17. But yeah, Embrima is still 15. We have 2 easy games against 2 relegated sides to go in the playoffs, can slip up. Well, football is unpredictable, so everything can happen, you know. Giannis. Hello, hello, Cream. Yeah, here's the... I think it's outside the box, but yeah. That was open. It's 50-50 to be honest, I would say. It would have been a harsh fan, as it could have been more of outside the box, but yeah. Tom is not good with 8 position, while he did not play 8 position, so I'm not sure what you're talking about here. But yeah. I think Abrima went 16 last month. Yeah, March 10th. I think he turned 16. But yeah, at this point of this season, you're not getting up called up no matter, you know, unless your name is Lamine Yamal. But of course, at that point, I think against Real Betis, there was nothing to be played for. But yeah. But yeah, you know, in this stage, you have UCL to be played, Copa del Rey, you know, all the competitions you're playing for are there. So putting up 15-year-old, it's quite risky, especially when you have Dani Olmo or Fermin Lopez. Royce is losing. Yeah, hopefully that will remain the same. But of course, it's important for us to be leading this game as well, as Olot are pushing a lot and continuing to do so. Ooh. Alvaro Cortez with a clearance there. I feel that Tony Fernandez has been underperforming. I understand he's an amazing talent, but he's been not living up to expectations. I don't agree with that. I would say he has been decent enough. Of course, the entire team has been underperforming for a few months, but yeah, I think he still has been doing decently enough for himself, considering that he is 17. Yeah, he has 4 goals and 3 assists, so it's I'd say decently good enough while playing as a number 10, like not even number 10, but yeah.
si per la joventut, però sí que dona la sensació que al Barça li costa...
You're right. Maybe it's a bit too early for him. Maybe last match of the season. Yeah, I would say it could be a good option. Why all these replays is VR or what? No, just a controversial call. So yeah. Does Humanly Onstein play? Not in this game, but he played with under 19s today. City win Premier League is hot now. Oh, interesting, interesting. We'll have to wait and see what's gonna happen with the Premier League in the remaining games. Oh, that could have been a handball for a lot player there. But the referee did not see that. Ooh, ooh, what a save by Diego Kochen, and it's offside. Anyway, but what a save by Diego. Holy moly. That was crazy. Let's have a replay here. That cross and just... Oh, it's a dive. And what a save by Diego there. Just got it out of line. Incredible. How's Tunkara doing? Has been doing good. On the midweek, he picked up a brace, and today he won a penalty that gave Barcelona the lead in a very important game against Cornellà. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid are two jokes clubs. Yeah, that's football for you. I mean, Brian is the deepest midfielder and Tommy is near the forwards. Yeah, but it's more like in a double pivot, you know. Of course, Tommy has started out as an 8, but has been converted into a 6 in recent years due to his growth spurt. So based. What did Haaland do? What do you mean there? Will we still sign Cardoso Varela? I'm not sure about that anymore. We'll have to wait and see, as everything went cold with him. But yeah. Yeah, Tunkara scored 2 goals last game and got a penalty today. Would you say he is living to the hype? Well, yeah, considering that he is one of the youngest guys in the team. Ooh, great chance for Barcelona. And what is happening here? Alvaro Cortés might be injured here. Still 20 minutes remaining on the clock for this game. I've been watching the City game. Any standout plays in this game? Patricio Pacifico done well. Brian Fariñas had some good moments. Who else? Xavi Espart, some few moments then and there, but yeah. How is Iu Martinez doing recently? I think he recently come back, so now he's made his debut for under 19s recently for Juvenil A. So yeah. We will sign Paul Sabari, he is good. It seems like it will happen with Paul, but let's wait for confirmation, as some things needs to be done for his integration into La Masia. But yeah, definitely, you know, Spanish under 15 or 16 players, so yeah, definitely good talent. Are you team Flick in or out? I'm definitely Flick in. I'm enjoying Flick football, you know, and those occasional games in UCL, you know, it's possible. At least we're playing some good football. Ooh, dangerous chance for Olot. But Barcelona Athletic escaped there with some good defensive work. Why don't they show the under-19s games? Most likely more of cost-cutting reasoning, but I'm not 100% confirmed on that yet, you know, because getting a crew up and running for these games can be costly. So yeah, we'll see if my suspicions are right or not. But yeah, Mikel Arteta's to Barcelona, here we go. Yeah, Mikel Arteta was an interesting name for Juan Laporta when he was taking over Barcelona in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Gabriel tried to provoke him the whole game, even ripped apart his undershirt, yet he scored the winning goal, and at the end of the game, the camera panned to Haaland giving a side eye while smiling. Okay, that sounds hilarious. Juan Hernandez on the ball. Can Juan Hernandez do some magic here? Juan Hernandez! And it's wide. It's the game is going on for 2. Ooh, that is not Juan Laxarmes. You just showed Tommy Marquez and gave me stats for Hahan. Royce is tying now. When is Ibrahim Diarra coming back? Great talent. Yeah, in a few weeks, I would say he would be ready to be traveling with the team. Yeah, San Andrea is drawing. No, we're still 4th based on goal difference. Alcoyano is 5th, Royce is 6th. But this is just like 1 point difference between all of them. But of course we have Royce will have to play Alcoyano next game, which is 5th and 6th placed teams will be facing each other. So yeah, I want to see winning Champions League, same, but still I don't see it as a priority. For me, priorities are always all trophies. That's what Barcelona does. If you want to see winning Champions League, go watch, go follow Real Madrid, as they usually prioritize only one cup or one La Liga, as they have never won a treble, but we have, and multiple ones as well. With his limited funds, Flick was able to deliver Barca 4 trophies and now 5. Don't underestimate Flick. Since Flick's arrival, the Madrid duo have won 0 trophies. Yeah. And if we are able to invest some good money, it will be even good. I hope. But yeah, of course, the number 5 is still waiting because 9 points. Still, anything can happen. Especially the fact that we will need to play Getafe away from home, which is crazy game. 100% agree. Flick spent 70 million in 2 seasons and gave us 4, soon 5 trophies. If he gets a few more players for his system, I'm sure he will give us a UCL. Maybe, but I will not take it for granted, you know. Olmedo still on the pitch. Yeah, it seems like it. Still 14 minutes on the clock remaining. When do you think Alvaro Cortez gonna be integrated to the first team full time? Next season. Either he will be integrated into the first team or he will leave on loan. I think that will be the case. I think Flick don't trust La Masia enough, or maybe they are not talented enough. Well, you have to forget that Hansi Flick is literally the one who gave Marc Bernal his run in the first team. Aziz was wide open, yeah. Royce 1-1. What do you think about Seydou Dembele? Very good talent. Will be interesting if he will actually arrive. I just arrived. Arsenal, how is this doing? That's a good question. Not great. Not great. The forwards have been struggling in this game quite a bit. Flick trusts La Masia, but raw talents need time to develop. Not all of them are like Lamine Yamal and Kubarsi. Yeah, definitely. I want to see winning Champions League, whatever football you play, it doesn't matter. You can see with Real Madrid, well, then you're not following the right club. We need to win it beautifully as well. That's how we do it. The B team and first team in summer, yeah, I would say so. What are the ideal summer signing for you? Oh, Olot! Oh, and Olot! We equalize in the 7-8 minute of the game. And this is getting from bad to worse for Barça Atletic. So yeah, Aslani would be good, and maybe Bastoni with Cancelo would be good enough somewhere, I would say. If we can spend that Arteta money, we can make 2 winning teams. Yeah, definitely. There hasn't been a lot of goals this game. That's a nice one, Ellie. Has Oscar Gustavo entered the field? No, he's not even on the bench. I think that's the decision they made. Our main problem is medical injuries, so being so consistent every time a player back from injury on other get automatically injured. Yeah, it's crazy. You think Lamine will stay if he's not going to win Champions League in Barcelona? I think he will win it. What do you think of the recent criticism on Preddy? Is too harsh? Yeah, definitely. You know, he still returned from an injury and just was put on straight away into the high stakes games. Lamine Yamal is not Messi, yeah. It will take 50 years. No, it will not. Hero is also conceded. Well, hopefully we will score, as now we're sitting 5th.
I és pilota ja per l'Olot. El desplaçament que el talla Orenya, la recupera el Barça pels seus interessos. Brian Fariñas, novament, amb molta qualitat.
Quin detall.
Molts quilats aquí el jugador de Castelló. Com veiem preparat aquest triple canvi del Barça. És Orenya en la centrada.
Oops, I'm back. If you hear some noise coming, it's I'm not sure, someone outside my windows driving some hardcore machinery, so yeah. I think Lamine and Abrima are so good in choosing the correct play every time. Do you think they will benefit from each other, and is this perfect when Abrima get to the first team? I think they can. It looks like we have more subs, as Shinklovet replaces Aziz, and Tommy Marquez was replaced by who? I didn't see it. So yeah, I think they can coexist, you know. I really hoped Oscar Gustavo could be Barca's Erling Haaland, but Gustavo has been plagued with injuries. He has, looks like Guillermo is on for Tommy. But yeah, he has immense potential. He was brilliant 2 or 3 seasons ago. Yeah, definitely. You know, the injuries has been tough on him, and it's quite sad. I wish a lot of strength to him, as I know those injuries is mentally difficult as well. How is there 3 Olot players completely alone? Yeah. Yeah, Lamine Yamal is not Leo Messi. Yeah, he will etch his own name in football history. I would say so, definitely. And Alex Campos was replaced by Alexis Olmedo. I mean, Alex Campos replaced Alexis Olmedo. Yeah, Cherokee for 35 million has been outstanding signing for Manchester City. The only spark that they got. Has Barca did any internal audit about the medical issues of La Masia youth teams? Because what is happening here is not normal. There are too many injuries in the academy. Yeah, definitely. But about audit, I don't think so. Ooh. And Shane does not able to get there. Thank God Rose losing 2-1. We're still there. Yeah. Hopefully we grab a winner. Still 8 more minutes plus added time to get a winner here. Actually, for any game, for any team here. Is David Moreno Lamine like talent, and what do we do in 5 years? Lamine, Moreno, Brimo, all left-footed. Yeah, a lot of left-footed talents are in La Masia at the moment. So yeah, and in the first team. Maybe not Lamine level, a bit lower than him, but still top talent, I would say. Definitely one of the best talents in La Masia at the moment. Blet is embarrassing, I'm sorry. I feel Barça will lose this match. Hopefully not. Shane Clovert on the ball, and it's out for a corner. Pablo Torre has been good recently. That's good for him. Olot has, you know, kind of nothing to play except for possible relegation, as those relegation spots are already taken by Porreras, who are confirmed to be relegated. Torrent also confirmed to be relegated after this match day. Under attacks, still have options to avoid relegations, but very minimal. So I think other attacks and Atletic Lleida also will be confirmed. Actually, they are confirmed to be relegated. Apologies, I forgot that there's only 2 more games remaining. And then Ibiza, Barbastro, Castellón, and Olot are fighting to avoid relegation, with of course there being relegation playoffs as well. I'm watching the game live. Good for you, Pate. Balde is world class left back. He can cross the ball and can win 1v1 duel. His defensive awareness is world class. He's running like playing his chicken. Show me another left back besides Nuno Mendes who is able to carry entire left wing by himself. I will wait. Would you rather Rooney and Osama? Rooney already has been very good, I would say, so far. Of course, not understanding how he's not playing more for the first team, but yeah. Is Abrima really fast? He looks like. In the short distances, I would say like the acceleration of his is quite fast, but in the long distances, I would say he's not the fastest, you know. Our Paul Macheno, who was bought from Espanyol Juvenil, and the 2 brothers from Korea, Minguk and Daehin Lee. Paul Macheno has been struggling, I would say, to score goals. But Minguk Lee and Daehin Lee has been doing very well for themselves, I would say. Brand Farinas, I think he will leave on loan. Barcelona can win each with miles better than the opponent. At the slightest doubt of referee or chance missing is going against us. Yeah, definitely. The Negreira news made their job, you know, as what they wanted, because if the referee will call a 50-50 for Barcelona, yeah, you know why. Rooney could come down and play with the B team. No. Could he? I think he already got the first team number, so I don't think he can. Bro, he's only running. No, he's not. It would be good if you would understand about football more. That would be good for B team. But he's been doing very well for himself in the first team as well. We'll love to see Aslani and Muriqi, 2 low-cost options. We can interchange a bit according to matches. Maybe, but I think if they will be going for a low cost, it will be only one. You know, I don't think we'll be going for Muriqi and Aslani. So I think you have to choose one. Sam is very quick. I think he would fit better as Lamine sub than Rooney. Yeah, could be. According to your talent potential, which one is the greatest, Abrima Tonkaro, Rooney, Barthici? I think Abrima. Is it very bad if we didn't make it to the Premier Federation? No, I don't think so. Muriqi, no, Aslani, see. Maybe Danny. When is Ibrahim Diarra coming back? He's the player who can help this team. to playoff promotions. In a few weeks, he should be ready after a few more training sessions. Ooh, a fat fight going on.
D'aquí, targeta per Juan Hernández, targeta pot ser ara Pau López que marxa, veurem l'àrbitre quines targetes acaba. Sembla que hi ha
This is match league. Promotion playoffs are still 2 games away.
molta tensió. Ballester que ha pujat
Hey
fins
guys,
aquí
a bit
al
late,
final.
just finished our match. Hopefully
Baixa
it
cap a la porteria
went well
ràpidament.
this time as well.
Doncs sembla que no hi
So
ha
according to
targetes.
you, for left back position, there's only Mendes from PSG that is better than Balde. Strange that Balde play almost never for Spain if he's so good. Yeah, but if you look at the profiles that we need, you see it difficult. Like because of Rashford or Rafinha, you need a left back who is able to have the stamina, to have the pace, to be as a forward and as a defender. And I see only Nuno Mendes to be able to do that efficiently enough. Cucurella, Gaia, I don't see their level above Balde, to be honest. Cucurella defensively will be good. Offensively, he would struggle even in at Barcelona as well. Flick said we need more players in their 20s. He didn't say that. That's what not social media, but journalists are talking about. So yeah, we just have already a very young team. So I think that's what the main thing that they're talking about. But yeah, I think we'll see some promotions, 5 more minutes added. Let's see if someone can grab a winner here. Hopefully it will be Barcelona. Aslani is a must buy. Maybe 30 million for Muriqi is insane. I don't think they would say 40 million for Muriqi. No one's gonna will be buying him for that amount. I think 5 to 10 million would be Muriqi's price, to be honest. Watching Juan Cancelo, then I understand what is attacking left back. Yeah. And then you look at his defensive positioning, and then you will understand why we're conceding so much goals when he's starting as well. So a lot of dangerous opportunities here. Ooh, and great defensive work there by Barcelona. What happened to this match? Is the team just in bad form or what? Not sure. Like Barcelona started very well in the first 10 minutes, but then Olot took charge. I think they just a little bit gave up after they scored the first goal, and you know, Olot took took an opportunity for that, and we're looking for that equalizer. But yeah. Yeah, no way. 40 million is the release clause. No one is paying the release clause for Muriqi, no matter what. I hope Farinas goes on to a La Liga team. Maybe. I think there's offers for him in the second division though. 15 million, make it 10. I think they will sell him for 10 million. You have to understand, La Liga is not great at selling. What do you think Barça Atletico's chances of making the playoffs are if this match is a draw? Still possible, you know. Ooh, great chance for Barcelona, and it's wide. And it's not on target there. Great opportunity for Barcelona. I think there's still chances as Barcelona's Atletic plays teams that are in the relegation zone or quite close to it, while the 5th and 6th places, who are also fighting for that promotion playoff, will be playing against each other. So this is very good for us. So if one of them beats each other, our next results will be even more important. Even if we draw this game, it's still acceptable, I would say. With this draw, I think we go 5th in the table if FC Royce loses the game based on goal difference. So yeah. And of course, Alcayano will be playing against RSOs, who are like 4th and 6th. So yeah. This game is crazy, yeah. What are your thoughts about Kochen and Yako? Do you think they will stay in Barca or loans? Hard to say. I hope Yako will stay in Kochen loan, but I see it difficult. Maybe Yako will be sold. Ooh, the both yellow card rule, it's absurd sometimes. Juan did nothing and received a yellow. Yeah. I'm imagining Osimhen and Rafinha pressing. Oh, that would be insane, but I don't think it's gonna happen. One gets a yellow for being assaulted. Yeah, that is crazy. Is Hamza playing? No, he's not. In a dreamland, I would love O'Reilly as a left back, good in both defensive and offensive aspects. Yeah, he would be also good shot. Why didn't Barça also target Carlos SP, Levante striker? He's still 20 years old. He's quite good and knows La Liga better than Aslani. Well, he's still young, you know, so I think that is the main reason. Wait, Carlos SP is 194? Damn, I thought he was a bit shorter. I thought he was like 186 or 187 in that region. Balde is just like his final ball. He has problems making the right decisions. He is good defensively and carrying the ball forward with those runs, but the final ball is a problem. Yeah, definitely agree with that. And the final ball, the final third has been a big issue for him. But he was decent enough in that under Xavi, but yeah. Also, Bernardo fee transfer will help us. We need experience. Does Bernardo has the level now? I think he has been struggling for Man City now, or he has been decent enough. Ricky price is like 10-20 million as much. I think 5 million. I think you could get Muriqi for that amount. I mean, Muriqi might be old, but second best league score is still very tough to get. He at least gonna cost 20 million. No, I don't think. If you look at the sell, so Patricio Pacifico seems to be injured. That's not a good result for us or news. But yeah. Are you convinced with the B team coach? I'm not. I am. I think he just needs his regular plays that he trusted at the start of the season, where he was doing very well. Cuckoo is better, were better both ways. Balde's remaining is so limited, crossing almost non-existent, but not to everyone mentioned his poor decision making on both sides of the pitch. I wouldn't say Cucurella is better dribbling wise than Balde. Do you think Juan Fernandez will be in the first team next season, or he will leave? I think he will leave on loan, but maybe he will stay as well. Who scored our goal? It was Brian Fariñas. And you see Juan Fernandez as a left wing or cam? Both. I think he can play both, so yeah. Get Muriqi for like 10 million and give Marocco the remaining rights to Virgili. Maybe no. If Hamza is fit, he will suit more Barça Athletic. Vinil doesn't need him. Athletic can work with a target man. Yeah, I would say a great chance for Barcelona there. Barca play shooter versus bottom rivals today was a much win. I'm so hyped to see the preseason with all the talents. Yeah, definitely. Do you think Marco Palestra an upgrade to Fort Kunde's part? I haven't seen Palestra, so cannot say it. Rose lose good. Rose now. Oh, thank you very much. It's Kali5612 for 5th gifted membership to Cobosino, Matthias, Hassan, Mano, and Movria. Appreciate appreciate there the support. That's a pen. Yeah, it wasn't, I guess. I haven't seen, as I mentioned, Palestra, so cannot say on him. Appreciate it, Scully. Hopefully you will join more, as I usually stream it as much as I can whenever there's a broadcast. I try to do it, you know. He just lost so many players in starting. Yeah, definitely. Currently, if it ends like this, we will be on 6. We're 5th. Just on goal difference. We're gonna find a way to finesse 15 million with some selling clause from Christensen or Araujo. One barely healthy over, look like he never played Rondo. Christensen will leave on free if he will not renew his contract for 1 year. Silva play elite for free. And here we have full-time whistle as this game eventually ends in a 1v1 draw. Of course, not the best game from Barça Athletic compared to the previous two, but it's much better than a loss in this crucial part of the game. And of course, thanks for everyone who joined us, and I will go through remaining questions before we're gonna end the stream. So yeah, Bernardo has been cooking in the last few matches, so that's good to hear. So maybe it would be an option, you know, for Bernardo to come. Sorry, which Bernardo is struggling? I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot of Manchester City games this season, so cannot comment on it, you know. So yeah, but if he's been doing decently enough, maybe sure. But that's a big question mark. Thanks for today, Arsen. W stream. See you again in the next match. See you next weekend, hopefully. So yeah, appreciate the kind words. Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious on Patricio Pacifico. Yeah, Barcelona lacks attacking wise, but of course offensively, I would say they have also been struggling, and defensively in a few moments as well. They have considered a few stupid goals as well in the last few games. Security? No. Yeah, we're 5th place, but today we missed the opportunity to finish 4th. Definitely agree with that, Andre. Yeah, Club Rouge for the win. I hope so as well. Barcelona should not renew Lewandowski and Christensen. I think that will be what's gonna happen. So yeah, if we qualify to the playoffs, we will win. Maybe, hopefully. Kids invaded the field. Yeah, to take some pictures maybe. Okay. Ooh, one more question. Both our remaining opponents are already relegated. B team should be able to secure playoffs, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. And of course, Alcoyano, 4th team, and Rose, who are 6th team, will be playing against each other next weekend. So hopefully this that result will end up in favor for us. And of course, okay, on that note, we'll end this here. And thanks for tuning in, as always, guys. And see you next weekend.